The Hudson Yards development, like you're seeing some of the buildings here. Now it's amazing the progress that's being made. Look at this amazing building. Now that very top portion there is going to be a roof deck where people can actually go out and see the city. It's going to be one of the tallest roof decks in the country where people can go outside. That's just one of the buildings. We'll take a look at some of the other buildings too. You can see here, this is where Hudson Yards is, and this is one of the other buildings that's being developed. It's just amazing seeing the quality. You can see there, all the buildings. And here, you can take a look. This space that's right here is all being torn down. There's going to be a number of buildings put up right there, and it's going to be just amazing seeing how the development is going to progress. And here's another building. You can see, just great with the development. So much is happening in Hudson Yards. And then we can see even here, if you look down the street, there's a lot going on there, which has been going on. And this is one of the reasons why it's been very good for this whole area. You can see all the large buildings in the distance. It's just incredible seeing that. And this is all part of Hudson Yards. The economy is booming on the west side of New York. Look at this really large building here. And this way we can see a little bit in better detail what's going on. You can see it's incredible seeing this. And there, if we want to take a closer view as to what's going on there, we can see that. It's just amazing taking this look. And everything that's going on here. It's almost like being right there. And you can see the progress they're making. That's going to be incredible once they're done. And we'll take another look down the rest of the building. Here we go. It's just an incredible piece of work. And this is one of the earlier buildings that they finished. Now, this entire project, as I mentioned in other videos, is going to take a long time. It's finally going to get done in 2025. So everyone's taking their time. Then we'll go to the other building that was here, just to take a closer look at everything. You know, we can see here, it's just an incredible building. Just amazing seeing this development here. Look at it from the very top. We'll take a closer look here too, just to see what this looks like. Almost like being, as I said, right there. Take a slow look at this construction. It's just amazing seeing everything. And as everyone knows, a lot of work was put into what they're doing here. A lot of thought beforehand. Almost 20 years ago, they were trying to figure out what they were going to do with this area, and they felt that the best decision was to have office buildings. Originally, they were going to have a stadium here, but people said, look, it's just not going to work out. We'll take a look at another building that's here too, that's nearing completion. And this is right near the subway station of Hudson Yards. And you can see this beautiful building here. It's just amazing seeing this. Then we'll take a closer look here, so that we can all understand better what is going into the construction of these buildings. Isn't it amazing seeing this building under construction? Almost done. And then we'll take a look to the south from here, just to give everyone a little bit of perspective what the roads look like. And this is 11th Avenue, and you can see all the buildings down here. So it's just amazing seeing that. Excuse me, this is 10th Avenue. So just take a closer look down the street, just to see the traffic and everything. And then we'll take a turn towards the north, but first looking west. And this is really to give everyone perspective as to what the development is like. Because it's very easy just to see one-off pictures, but it's much nicer to be able to understand what is the neighborhood like. And there in the distance is the Jacob Javits Center. This is why this whole area with development is going to be ideal for the Jacob Javits Center. All the office buildings around here and the convention center for people to gain easy access to. Again, that's the Jacob Javits Center. And that's towards the west. And then we're going to swing north just so everyone can see what the buildings in the north look like. We saw that briefly, but this way we'll have a better look. So here it's towards the north. You can see all the buildings in the distance. So it's really just ideal for a lot of the developers and for a lot of people to be around here. It's amazing just to see this progression. Very different than New York from 30 years ago. You would never, if someone were to come back, come to the future from New York, they would say this is not possible. And it's such a turnaround for New York. And I think it's really good for the whole country too, and for the citizens of New York. Again, we're looking north, and we're seeing all the developments of the building in the north. There we go. Another view of the Hudson Yards project. We were taking a look at this building earlier, and you could see how it is almost done. It's beautiful seeing that. And this is one of the other buildings that is almost done. Just an amazing job that's being done. And you can see here the sculpture that's in the very center. They're doing an incredible job with that. You can see the progress that's being made. It's just amazing. It's not open yet, obviously, but it's going to be an amazing project once it's done. You can see that right there. And it's just part of having a complex around here that's going to be very nice and amenable to all the office workers in the Hudson Yards development. You can see how amazing these buildings are. Isn't that an amazing bit of architecture there? When you look down, you see how much progress is being made. It's incredible. Now, as I mentioned in some earlier videos, a lot of this area here is going to eventually be buildings. They're going to put a deck on top of this. And as odd as it might seem right now, when you look around, you see how there's all this open space here. There is open space, but in many areas of the city, they put decks over open space and then put construction on top of it. If you look at Park Avenue actually has trains running underneath it. But you wouldn't know that because you see a road over Park Avenue. And likewise here, what they want to do is put a deck over everything. And again, in the year 2025, they're going to finally finish with this project. That's a long time from now, but they're going to do it. I mean, this is an incredible amount of space. And as I was mentioning earlier, they wanted to put a stadium here, but the people said no way, because if you put a stadium here, you're just going to have a massive amount of cars come in every game, and it's just going to be chaos for everyone around here. So the city, rightfully so, decided not to have a stadium, but to go with the office development project. And there was a bidding contest among many developers as to what the design was going to be, who was going to be in charge, and eventually a group won. And it was an amazing job. It is an amazing job they're doing right now. We'll take a closer look at some of these buildings so that the whole world can see what's going on here in Hudson Yards. It's just an amazing thing that they're able to put everything together. They're able to have such teamwork for something like this. Take a closer look at the top there. That's not quite done, but it's just amazing to be able to see a development like this up close. I mean, before it's done. Later on, everyone will be aware of what happened and what it's like. But right now, it's good just to see how it looks like. And that's on the ground floor of all this area. There's still a lot of things that are going on. And so here, take another look at these two beautiful buildings that are right there. Take a closer look at the top, where they're still constructing it, as to see the beautiful job they're doing. It's almost like being there. And you see how amazing the buildings are. And office workers, when they're here, it's going to be incredible for them because they're going to be so close to everything, right next to the subways. So it'll be wonderful for them. So here you can see the rest of everything. It's just amazing scenes. And then just to give everyone perspective, we're right next to the Hudson River. So if you just turn around here, you can see where we are. You can see the beautiful Hudson River. And it's just good. This is another reason why it's going to be amazing for people who work around here, because they're going to have such a great view of everything. And they're going to be very happy with all this area around here. Take another look at Manhattan, just the background. And you can see here how close everything is. And right next to this is the Jacob Javits Center. Right, what we're looking at is the Jacob Javits Center, right here. It's just amazing seeing this. This is why this whole development is just going to be great, because it's going to be close to everything. It's going to allow the entire west side to be redeveloped. And you can see here, this is another building that they are just putting up. It's going to be amazing seeing this building here. And once it's done, it's going to be one heck of a building. Now, as I mentioned earlier, in this corner area here, you have a lot of empty space, and it looks like empty space, but you can see where the crane is. That whole block has just been leveled, and they're going to put up an incredible amount of buildings there. And then right behind the blue building, they also leveled a whole block and more buildings. So this whole place is going to have tens of thousands of people in about 10 years. And so it'll be nice for all the restaurants around here. It'll be nice for the Jacob Javits Center, which we see here, you know, and this way there'll be a great incentive for the Jacob Javits Center to have more international events. And you can see here some of the buildings on 42nd Street right there. It's like just amazing seeing it. When you're on 42nd Street and you walk down, you say, this is incredible. It reminds you of what, or it makes you think what this area is going to be like once they develop it.